everyone. So in today's video, the video that I had posted a while back ago, I had mentioned that I was going to do a video about what my birth was like with my daughter. So I decided to actually do the video today. I had to write down the times on a piece of paper, and I'm getting pretty stressed out because I didn't put the day that my daughter was born, which is freaking me out. I will figure that out and I will put it down here. Yeah, in today's video, I just wanted to talk about how my birth was like, because in the video, I didn't really record too much when I was in the hospital, just because I was in a lot of pain and there was just so many nurses coming in and out of the room that I didn't really have time to take out my phone and record. And like I said, I just wasn't feeling good. I just was totally off. So I didn't feel like taking out my phone and recording. So my birth was good. I just had probably one bad experience that I am a little bit worried about for this baby. And I will mention that a little bit later on. From the beginning, it all started Monday 27th, was 9:25 p.m. So way before I went to the hospital, I remember I was actually in the shower and I started noticing I was having things come out that were watery, and I didn't really think too much of it. I didn't think, oh, my water is breaking, just because I never really talked about pregnancy because I never was really into having kids. I didn't really know too much about what a water broke really looked like. I've seen from like movies that it just comes gushing out. I started having a pretty good amount of like water dripping down when I took a shower, and I got out and I told my mom. She told me that my water probably have broken. So I had to just go to the hospital just to make sure that that's what it was, and I didn't want it to panic, and it wasn't that. So I went to the doctors, and I had told my boyfriend to come with me just because, and I wanted him to come with me to support me. So when I went, they checked me and they had told me like 8 something. I had went to the doctors, and that's when they told me your water broke. So they told me to stay here. So as soon as they told me that my water had broke, me and my boyfriend were like, okay, now we need to call our parents and let them know the baby is coming, and we need to get all of our bags, the diaper bag, all that, and start preparing. So they transferred us to a labor room, which was really nice. They transferred us to a labor room, and I had my mom come to drop off our bags that we had packed already. We were already prepared, so we weren't like freaking out, texting my mom what kind of things to get for us. We already had it planned, thank God. After that, they brought our bags in, and we just waited a little bit. 9:25 came around. They did an IV. We got settled in a little bit, and I was just chilling for a little bit trying to dilate because for some reason I wasn't able to dilate. I stayed at 1 the whole entire time that I was there giving birth with my daughter. And that's kind of the reason why I had what I had with my daughter. So that day, it was just doctors coming in and out, me getting as much sleep as I can. I wasn't having any pain yet at all. Like I said, I was at one dilated for kind of a while for that whole entire rest of the night. And then the day after, they noticed that I was still dilated at 1. So they gave me medicine to kind of higher my contractions and try to get my pregnancy going. So I started having contractions on Tuesday, day after Monday. I'm not too sure. I would say like in the beginning right away, because I remember waking up on Tuesday and I just remember, and then they right away came in, woke me up, told me that they're going to give me some medicine to start my contractions to see if I can start dilating to have the baby that day. But that didn't work. Had me on that, and I was on contractions on and off, and they were hurting. It felt like I was dilating because it just got worse and worse and worse and worse, and I was still dilated at 1%. So they put a balloon in me. I can't remember exactly what that was for. I think it was, they wanted it to pop, and then once when it popped, that's when the baby's ready or something like that. I can't really remember, you guys. Please keep in mind that I was really dosed up on medicine, so I remember, but I can't fully remember exactly everything that everyone was saying. I also was going through contractions, so I wasn't really paying attention to what anyone else was saying. It was just kind of me and my time trying to focus on my breathing when I was going through my contractions. Wasn't dilating. They put the balloon in me. That did not pop, so they had to take it out. Just throughout that whole entire day on Tuesday, it was just them coming in, checking to see if I was dilating. Just so many doctors come into your room just to check up on you, to redo your blood pressure, to just certain things like that. And it was just kind of me going through contractions that whole entire day, and them just keep checking to see if I was dilating or not. The 29th, the day after Tuesday, so I guess Wednesday, right? I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. July 29th. Now this is when my daughter was born. This was the day of. So I had contractions Tuesday in the early morning as soon as I woke up, probably around 2, 3 maybe. Had contractions all throughout Tuesday. And then Wednesday, which was the day that my daughter was born, I still had the contractions going at 2:30, 2:40, somewhere around that time. That's when I got an epidural, because I was told that because I wasn't dilating that I'm gonna have to have a cesarean for my daughter, because she was ready to come out but my body just wasn't having it for some reason. I just wasn't dilating. So but the baby was wanting to come out. So I didn't have to do an emergency cesarean, but it was a cesarean because my daughter was ready to come out and my body wasn't ready. I got an epidural. Now, this was the thing that I was going to tell you guys. The first time that I had someone do an epidural, now I had 2 people had to do my epidural so the first one, he was very rude and it hurt so bad, you guys. It was really, really painful. And I remember just crying. That was the worst experience that I had. And I still get emotional to this day. That was the worst experience that I had because it hurt so bad. I was panicking, thinking to myself, how am I going to be able to have my kid if I can't do this epidural? I have to do this epidural in order to have a cesarean. So I was panicking, freaking out about what is going to happen to my baby. The doctor just was not it. The guy that did my back, he was very rude. He literally said, I can't do it, and left all of his stuff in the room and just walked out. And I was just there crying, freaking out about what I'm gonna do. And it hurt so bad. I don't know if it was because I was tense or what, but that was one of the worst pain that I've ever experienced in my life. It hurt so bad and I couldn't do it. They said that I have to try, and they had another lady come in. And the thing different about that guy was he told me to sit in a certain position. When the lady came in, she told me to sit in any position that feels comfortable to me. So I sat with my legs down because I was sitting exactly like how I'm sitting right now, crisscross applesauce. That's when the doctor did it, and it hurt so bad. But when the lady came in, she told me, have your legs however you want to have them. I had them dangling off of the bed. He told everyone to distract me, so I was distracted by my boyfriend and the nurse. She did it with no hesitation. I didn't feel anything at all. It was like, I don't know how, but I didn't feel anything at all the second time I got an epidural. And I am so blessed because at 3:05, I have a video of my birth with my daughter on my other channel. So I'm probably just going to insert a link down here so you guys can see kind of what I'm talking about here, so you guys can understand. But at 3:05 is when I got my epidural, or when the epidural settled in a little bit. So like 2:50 to something is when she did it. Done. I had to sit for like 10 minutes or something like that to let it really kick in. And at 3:05, that's when I was really feeling it. I felt great. Contractions were nothing to me, and my legs were so numb. I had no clothes on from the waist down, and I didn't give a crap. I was just like, my legs were so numb. It's such a weird feeling and such a weird experience because it felt like I was like alive still, and I was super happy. And then I like will look down at my legs and be like, I can't feel these like at all. It feels so weird, but I'm happy about it. You know what I mean? So it was a really weird feeling, but it felt great. I was in such a better mood after I got the epidural, not gonna lie, because those contractions were hurting. A whole entire day of contractions on and off and on and off, and I was not dilating. That pain hurt so bad too. Contractions are no joke. That hurt so bad, but I managed to figure out ways to help with my contractions. Walking around always helped. I had apple juice with ice, and for some reason that was it for me. They allowed me to chew on ice and apple juice and crackers, and those were what I lived off of when I was in the hospital. The apple juice that they served at my hospital was one of the best apple juices I've ever had in my life. So I was just constantly asking them to bring me some, and it helped a lot. And of course, my boyfriend holding me and him telling me to breathe really helped too, to just distract myself. I tried going on my phone, but that did not help. I don't know, I feel like I didn't get my mind off of it completely when I was on my phone. 5 o'clock, maybe that same exact day, that was when we were told, okay, we're going to do the cesarean very soon. So that was when I was already epiduraled out. I was in the room, and they gave my boyfriend some like outfit to put on him. They gave me and my boyfriend some things to put on our heads. At 5:14 was when we were ready, and they had told us, okay, now like we're set, we're done. Your boyfriend's ready, you're ready. You had the epidural. Now it's go time. So that's when we were like, okay, we're for sure going. So at 5:14, that was the exact time that we were gonna go right away. After we made that little clip, that little snippet in that video that I have, as we turned that off, we were walked straight into the surgery room, and they put me in the surgery room. My boyfriend was there. They put like this really long blue, some sort of cloth in front of me and my boyfriend. And then they just kind of got ready a little bit. It took about 2 hours because 5:14 is when we went into the delivery room, and we had my daughter at 7:06 p.m. So 5 p.m. and 7. So it took about 2 hours. We were in the room, and then they finally told us, okay, we're gonna start. I guess the medication that they gave me for the epidural, it was just really high, and I actually was having a little bit of trouble breathing, just a little bit. It wasn't so bad and intense to where they had to stop and this and that and that. No, I was just really stuffed, and I'm the type of person anyways, just in general, if I'm laying flat down, like when I've gone to the dentist, if I'm laying flat down, it's hard for me to like breathe through my nose, so I have to breathe through my mouth. But then sometimes I can't breathe through my mouth because my spit, I swallow it. It was hard for me to breathe a little bit, so they had to give me things that went in my nose, me breathe a little bit better. So they gave that to me. Like I said, I was really high on the dosage. I was shaking, shivering, not because I was scared. I was just shivering and shaking because I was like really cold. For some reason, it got really cold in that room. I think it's just the medicine that they gave me. And then I also just felt like really, I felt really like gross and really sick. I don't know why. I felt really terrible. After all of that, 7:06 p.m. is when my daughter was born. So they took her out. The first thing we heard was a cry, and she cried for about like 3 seconds and stopped and didn't cry at all. Like even when they were cleaning her and they had my boyfriend cut her cord, she just stopped crying. She was looking at everybody like she was just like, what the heck just happened? I came from my mom's belly, and then all of a sudden there's all these lights and people touching me. And so she was just very curious about everyone, and I think that was the cutest thing. They brought her to me and my boyfriend, and we started crying, and that was one of the hardest moments for us. It was not hard, but it was just really sad and emotional, and it just felt so surreal that we had a daughter, and it's just crazy. We're here now with my daughter, and that is the story, you guys. Literally it's pretty much the same. I just really hope that I can handle another cesarean with this one. I don't know if I've explained it yet, but I'm gonna explain it again if I haven't. So with this pregnancy, they do say that sometimes women who have a cesarean, sometimes what they try to give birth, they tear. And that is a major surgery that you have to go through, and it's also life-threatening for the mom and the baby. So they have told me that, I mean, I can try, and not everyone has that happen, but knowing me, I'm a little scared because my first pregnancy wasn't vaginal. I feel like my body just is too small for it, maybe. I don't know what it is, but I don't want to chance it, and I really don't want anything to happen. So I'm probably going to do another cesarean with this one, a scheduled cesarean, but I really hope that I can do the epidural. Hopefully this experience is different. That would be really nice, and it's as easy as it was the second time, but next time with this one, it's gonna be easy the first. That is the story, you guys, of my birth. Literally, it was a crazy experience. There were times where, I was crying a little bit because it did hurt. There were times where I was trying to take a bath going through contractions. I think I took a shower actually when I was going through contractions. The recovery after cesarean with my daughter, they had me go into a room. My daughter was there with us and we were feeding her. I felt almost like I really hurt myself really bad on the bottom of my stomach. So that was the most for me, like how I can explain it. It wasn't too bad. I was able to get up and go to the restroom because I was actually really constipated. So they gave me medicine, and that got me up a lot. Using the restroom is always just getting up, and yeah, it hurt, but there was just like a certain position that I would use to get up, and it helped. And by me getting up so much, walking around after my cesarean, when you're supposed to recover 1 to 2 days, I recovered within that 1 day and was able to go home the next day, which was great because they told me I'm doing fine, I'm walking. Let me go home the day after, and that was really nice. I was able to heal myself by getting up and walking and not staying on the bed for a long time. And that's when they served me apple juice, ice, and crackers. That's all I wanted, you guys. That's all I had. And it was great. It just felt super nice. I was always munching on that. I was on my phone a couple of times. And then, like I said, the day after is when we were able to take baby girl home. I remember the doctor coming in saying we were ready. We had to wait a while that day for the doctor to finally tell us, okay, we were good to go home. But once when he came in and said we were good to go home, that was so nice because my boyfriend went to his car, got the car seat, got the stroller, brought it to the room. We changed her. I remember the doctor that was there with us for the whole recovery. She taught us how to put on a diaper. She taught us how to swaddle. She taught us a whole bunch of things, and I am very thankful for her for doing that. She taught us how to adjust the stroller, how to place the stroller because we didn't know how. So the lady actually did it for us, which was really nice. That was the most craziest journey that I've ever had in my life. And I'm so excited for this one because this one's a scheduled cesarean. Not really sure how this one's gonna go. 26 weeks. I think yesterday I turned 26 weeks. So I'm 26 weeks and 2 days or something like that. So yeah, this baby is coming very soon, you guys. And once when he does, I'm gonna do another vlog. Like I said, I'm gonna post my birth story with my daughter down here so you guys can see it on my other YouTube channel. But I feel like this is gonna be my main channel now. I've been posting a lot on here, and I just want things to look back at and remember as well. So I really like doing this so that way later on in life I can look back at these videos and think, wow, like this was what happened when I gave birth. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will be posting more videos later on. I will see you guys next time.